Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video we are going to be going over one of my favorite fighter builds inside of Grounded 2. The fighter build, in my opinion and my playstyle, is the weakest currently inside of Grounded 2, but that does not matter. Here is still a really great build for all of you fighter players inside of the game. So today we're going to be using the Pinch Whacker weapon. This is a very easy weapon to obtain. You can obtain it quite early on in your Grounded 2 playthrough. All you're going to need is to have a tier 1 bomb, and you're going to want to come up to the top here of the map at the fire pit. There is going to be a cave right here next to the soda can. You want to go in that cave, use a bomb, explode the rock, and on a chair will be the Pinch Whacker. Now, why are we using the Pinch Whacker for this build? It's because the Pinch Whacker is a smash weapon, but most importantly, its effect of Finale Short Circuit. So every third hit in your 3-hit combo, you're going to do a large AoE shock that stuns creatures and does a massive amount of damage. And once we pair the Pinch Whacker with some weapon mutations, this weapon gets even stronger. Now, for the armor set today, I really didn't want to go for a set bonus because the Roach set bonus armor isn't really that good in my opinion. So today I'm going to go ahead and use the eye patch, as this gives you plus 10% extra damage to all of your attacks, but you take 25% more damage. But to be honest, this really doesn't matter at all, because you'll be killing the enemies before they can really even do damage to you. Because we are rocking a fighter armor set and a fighter build, I'm going to go ahead and use the Roach chestplate and the Roach greaves. Not for the fighter armor, this is pretty bad inside of Grounded 2 unless you're playing in multiplayer, but because of the feeding frenzy perks, whenever you loot an enemy, you're going to gain 6 HP per armor piece, stacking up to 12 HP after you go ahead and loot a corpse. So if you're killing a ton of enemies and you're looting the enemies, you're going to get health back, which is really useful, which is why we're using the Roach armor. We're also going to be rocking the Lady Guard shield, which has the heavy shield blocking perk, which means heavy shields fully block damage and don't drain as much stamina while blocking attacks. This is going to be extremely useful and needed for this build, as we are going to be rocking the Frenzy Mutation. Now, the trinket for today's build, you really don't need, like, any trinket really works with this build. You can use the Roach Rage if you have a low HP. You can go ahead and use the Stabby Stinger for the third hit Venom on every combo. You can use the Astonishing Acid if you're in the early game of Grounded 2. You can use the Boiling Blisterer, but in my opinion, the Volatile Capacitor is, in my opinion, the best for this build because it pairs well with the Pinch Whacker and it has the Shock Attack, which adds a flat amount of shock attack damage to all of our melee attacks, which does a ton of damage. Now, you may be thinking the Haywire perk only works for all creatures, and for some reason this also does work for regular creatures inside of the park. You just don't see that extra like shock AoE on the charge attacks, and for some reason it does chopping damage and smashing damage. For some reason it's a little bit buggy right now. So this here is going to be the build for today's video. Now let's jump over to the mutations, and now I would highly recommend you activate Smasher and have this maxed out to phase 3. What Smasher does is it applies more stun to your clubs, and if you did not know, the Pinch Whacker is a club type weapon. Now once you get this to phase 3, you're going to get the Club Master perk, so clubs deal more damage against creatures that are stunned. What this pretty much will do is give you 20% extra damage to stunned creatures, so you'll pretty much demolish any creature once you stun them. Next, we're going to be rocking the Frenzy perk, which can be obtained after defeating the Mysterious Stranger at the end of the Act 1 story. And what this does is you're going to gain plus 20% extra damage when you are enraged. You're also going to gain health regeneration, but you cannot perfect block at all, which is why we are rocking the Lady Guard shield, as we don't take damage if we block the attacks, unless we're out of stamina and then we do get stunned. But with this build, if you're good with stamina management, you shouldn't get stunned at all. Now, the final two mutations can really be anything. I would highly recommend having Cardio Fan to regain stamina faster when in fights. And if you want, you can go ahead and chuck on Mithridism for the extra venom resistance. I wouldn't worry about Parry Master, because once we hit an enemy, we actually can't use the Parry Master effect. We can use Ambush if we'd like, but for today's video, I'm just going to go ahead and chuck on Natural Explorer just to run around the yard a little bit faster. So there we go, we have the build here. Let's go into the extra stats. We have 47 attack power, a 3% critical hit chance, a 170% crit multiplier. Don't worry about my chill reduction, it is currently bugged. We have a stun power of 7, so after every attack we deal, we do 7 stun damage to an enemy. And if we check down here, we have all of our effects down here, and we also have the mutation effects here as well. Now, if you want to get even more damage, you can go ahead and drink a Liquid Rage, which will increase your damage by a further 10%. Go ahead and chow down on this bad boy, and now we have 51 attack damage, plus 20% from Frenzy, plus another 20% if the creature is stunned. We're going to deal a ton of damage. Let's go ahead and try this build versus a ton of creatures inside of the park, and I cannot wait to find this build somewhere re-uploaded onto TikTok. So we're going to start off with killing a stink bug here, because why not? We're going to go ahead and hit him a couple of times. We are enraged. We've done 2 combos. In the second combo, he got stunned. We got the extra damage, and stink bug literally couldn't attack me at all, and by the time he realized I was hitting him, he was already dead. Same with this lava here. One full hit combo, dead, electric AoE, shocking him to death. We have got a mosquito over here, and as you can see, the mosquito is going to be resistant to smashing damage, and our weapon does smashing damage, but that does not matter at all, because once we parry that attack, if he doesn't want to parry his attack, it does not matter. We'll do a full combo, and 2 full combos. The mosquito, it does go down. Even though they are heavily resistant to smashing damage, we still obliterated them. Now there is going to be a wolf spider here as well, and I'm pretty sure wolf spiders are going to be resistant to smashing damage as well. Majority of the creatures inside the park besides scorpions will be resistant to smashing damage, but still this build works out really well. So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate the fight with the wolf spider. Now we do not want to parry the attack, we're just going to hold that block because we cannot perfect parry with the frenzy perk activated. We're going to do a couple of 3-hit combos, and because we do so much stun damage, we took out that wolf spider in a matter of seconds. And once again, the wolf spider is resistant to smashing damage, so our build should not be extremely good versus a wolf spider, yet it just goes down in a couple of seconds. Here we have a ladybug here. Now ladybugs are going to be weak to smashing damage, so the ladybug should go down in just a few hits. We have gone out of stamina, but our cardio fan regains our stamina back. Once he's stunned, the ladybug goes down. I don't know what this lawn mite's doing. We'll take him out in a singular hit. We have a northern scorpion up here, the biggest of them all. They are weak to smashing damage. Let's go ahead and try take this guy out. He's kind of investigating us, taking out the wolf spider from before. Let's go ahead and hit the guy a few times. We're going to actually block all of these attacks. Our cardio fan is coming in clutch, so we do not take any damage. We can also use the dodge to dodge the attack, because dodging does have a couple of iframes. And just a 1-hit combo, a 2-hit combo. Northern Scorpion goes down. We took no damage, we blocked a few attacks, and we dodged an attack as well. With this build, if you do run out of stamina, if you dodge at the right time of an enemy's attack, you can actually dodge the attack. As I said before, dodging does have a small amount of iframes. We have a Northern Scorpion here. 1 full combo. Poor fella goes down. Like, these guys do not pose a threat to us at all. I'm wondering if there's any more Scorpions here. Maybe I got rid of the entire population. We're going to block these attacks. We're going to do 1 finale hit on him, and he's instantly stunned, and then follow up with another attack, and the Scorpling is just gone like that. We have a Scorpling Junior here. We're going to block these attacks. We are not enraged right now, so we can perfect block some attacks. 1 full hit combo, stun, follow up with another 2 few hits. Scorpling Junior goes down. Full hit combo, the Northern Scorpion is dead. Let's make our way over to a Mantis inside of the park, because Mantises are also resistant to smashing damage, but because we have such a high stun with this build, the Mantises go down pretty fast as well. Some builds inside of Grounded 2 don't work really well against all creatures, but this fighter build takes out every creature, even if they are resistant, in a matter of seconds. I am not even kidding. Alright, so here we have the Mantis. These guys are still currently bugged inside of Grounded 2, so if we get his aggro, he will like jump and stay in the air. We'll try and get his aggro onto us. There we go. He's going to jump, and he's just going to stay in the air. All we need to do now is wait for him to jump down again to go ahead and fight him like a normal Mantis would. Okay, the Mantis is going to jump again, and the Mantis will now fall. And let's go ahead and let's fight the Mantis. We are going to drink Liquid Rage to get some extra damage. We're going to block some attacks. He does a fake out attack. We're going to block these attacks because we do not want to take any damage. Follow up with a 3-hit combo. We're going to regain our stamina, and like a couple hits, stunned. Got him stunned, extra damage, and the Mantis is down just like that. And once again, these guys are resistant to smashing damage, and it's super easy. Like, Mantis down just like that. Super duper easy. Now we do have a Ladybug here. Let's follow up with a charge attack to do extra damage. And we're going to follow up with a 3-hit combo. She is going to like block again. That's completely fine. Stunned. Ladybug is down. Literally, with this build, it is extremely hard to die unless you are out of stamina and you get stunned. Once you're stunned, you're pretty much dead. But if you know how to manage your stamina and whatnot, with this build, you pretty much cannot die at all. There's going to be a stink bug here. The stink bug is going to do his gas attack, but that's going to be completely fine. We are going to be enraged with the frenzy perk. We are going to get some extra HP, a few 3-hit combos. We take gas damage the entire time, but we're going to heal it straight back up because of our frenzy perk. Okay, for the final showcase of today's video, I'm going to take out another wolf spider. These guys are the most dangerous with this build, because their 5-hit combo can stun you quite easily if you do not have maximum stamina. Let's go ahead and just fight this guy. We'll get our stamina back before we fight, so we do not like have a disadvantage. Full 3-hit combo. We're going to block that attack. Another 3-hit combo. Stun. He hit me twice, I think. He hit me twice, and he's gone. Once again, these guys are resistant to smashing damage. And like this build absolutely conquers everything inside the park right now. We have a butterfly here. We're going to flop. I'm going to hit him with that 3-hit combo. We're going to get him stunned. He's going to do his little dash attack. We're going to dodge it by dodging at the right time to like iframe his attack. Couple of hits. Blue butterfly. Down just like that. Now, a couple things you definitely do need to know about this build is the pinch whacker. If you would like to repair the pinch whacker at all, it does cost orc receivers, so make sure you have a ton of orc receivers in your inventory, or you can go ahead and duplicate them currently inside the game to repair your weapon, because the orc receivers, there's only a limited amount inside the park if you finish the mixer event. Once you do the mixer event, the orcs do not spawn anymore, besides like the northern scorpion in here and a couple inside of the hedge up here. So if you want to use this build, make sure you have a ton of orc receivers before you use it, or if you have a low durability, upgrade it to level 1, 2, or 3, and this will fully repair the weapon as well. And also there is currently a bug inside of Grounded 2, so if you can see here in my inventory, I have 4 out of 4 mutations applied, but if I go ahead and load a save, my mutations will actually go down to 2 out of 4, so make sure you always check your mutations before you go into a fight. As you can see, we're loaded back into the game, and for some reason, we're now at 2 out of 4. We only have Smash and Frenzy equipped. Natural Explorer and Cardigan just haven't been equipped at all for some reason. So just be careful about that one. But that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. If you guys have enjoyed today's build video, go ahead and support the channel by leaving a like, comment, and heck, even subscribing if you would like. I would really appreciate it. And now a massive shout out to my channel members and my tier 3 members: Idiot Plays, Janky, Nano, Was, The Stitchman, and Coco. I appreciate you guys a lot. And yeah, with all that said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video.